Hi everyone, my name's Ellie and welcome to Yogalates. I'll be leading us through this 60-minute workout today. The first 45 minutes or so will be focused on more Pilates and engaging our core, and the last 15 minutes will be stretching out. So we're going to get started with our warm-up. So coming onto tabletop position on all fours, we're going to go into cat-cow. So inhaling and exhaling into cat. Inhale, rounding the spine. Exhaling. A few more here. And coming to neutral spine, we're just going to push our weight forward and back, just getting our blood pumping around our body. Coming to neutral, tucking your toes, we're going to pushing through your hips, coming into downward facing dog. You can pedal out your feet and getting a nice stretch through the backs of our legs. A few more breaths here. Breathing nice and deep. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Now dropping your knees to the ground, spreading them a little bit wider. We're going to go into child's pose. Pushing your hips back, extending your arms as far forward as you can get them. Allowing your body to just sink to the floor. And then taking both your hands to the left edge of the mat. Getting a nice stretch to the right side of our body. And bringing them to center, and then to the right side of your mat, getting a nice stretch through the left side of our body. Then coming to center, a few more breaths just here, trying to get your body as low as you can to the mat. And then coming up into tabletop position, we're going to go into our bird dog warm up. So we're going to start raising our right arm to the ceiling, your pinky facing towards the ground, and raising your left leg with a flexed foot. And we're just going to bring them meeting your elbow and your knee and extending. For 2, 3, 4, 5, holding it here for 30 seconds. Really extending through your fingers and the back of your foot, trying to lengthen your body. And bringing them back down. Now lifting your left arm up with your pinky facing the ground, extending your right leg, pushing through your heel, and bringing your elbow to your knee. For 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 5, holding it up, making sure our core is engaged, and pushing through the back of our heel. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring them both down. We're going to roll over onto our backs. And we're going to go into glute bridges. So coming down onto our back, raising your arms to the ceiling, rolling your shoulders back and down, just kind of having them here. We're going to start by tucking your pelvic bone under and lifting through your C-shaped spine to the top, one vertebrae at a time, holding and lowering down one vertebrae at a time, making sure that your navel is drawn into your spine and creating space with each vertebrae. Lifting it to the ceiling and lowering. And lifting, squeezing out the top, lowering down. You have one more, lifting up one vertebrae at a time and down. Now placing your hands on your knees, we're going to roll up our chest. So bringing them up and down. Trying to draw your navel in and up. It's also important, we don't want to put too much strain on our neck. So when you're crunching up, you should be able to fit an apple size or your fist between your neck and your chin. And we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding it up the top. We're doing 4 sets of 8 pulses. So starting just pulsing at the top. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trying to keep your shoulder blades off the ground the whole time. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back down. From here, lifting your both legs to tabletop position, your knees above your hips, and your calves out at a 90-degree angle. You're going to extend the right leg, bring it in, and extend the left leg. So just almost like bicycles, but you're just laying down and just moving the legs. The lower you put the one leg, the harder it's going to be. Nice and slow and controlled movements, pulling in your navel to your spine, wrapping your ribs. And we're here for 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring them back down. You can hug it in if you want. Get a nice stretch, a little break, and we're gonna go put them back into tabletop. we're going to do the same things with our legs, but this time when you extend your leg, you're in crunch up, come down, and then crunch up with the other leg. So starting with our right leg, extend the right leg, crunching towards it, and back down. Making sure we're breathing through this. And you can always just stay right here if you'd prefer. Or come up. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hugging those knees in, giving a nice stretch. And we're gonna go into those, but we're gonna add a rotation. So we're gonna extend the right leg, bringing the right arm to the left elbow. And then extend the left leg, bring the left arm to the right knee. I think I said that. Okay. Starting, extending the left leg, bringing the left elbow to the right knee, and then switching. Going nice and slow here. Feeling it in our obliques. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down, shaking it out, and we're going to roll over onto all fours. So coming around, we're going to go into a bird dog. So we're going to start with all the exercise on one side, and then we'll switch to all the exercise on the other side. So we're going to start by lifting your left arm and your right leg, and pushing through, extending through our heel, and trying to touch the walls of your room. So we're going to start just dropping them down and lifting them up. So dropping to the floor, and then raising them in line with your body. Making sure our core is nice and engaged, helping us remain steady. On this one, we're going to hold it here, and you're going to bring your right leg to the right corner of your mat and extend your left arm to the left end. Then bring it back to center. So extending them out and then back. So out, back, out, in, out, in, out, in. And on this one, you're gonna lower your left arm and then bring your right leg forward, raising your left leg, and we're gonna raise up our right arm to the ceiling, and then we're gonna fold it through, touching your back knee. Extending that arm as high as you can, and then trying to touch your knee when you twist under. Three more. Last one. Bring it down. Coming back to center. We're gonna go into our side plank. So you can put your left knee down and then bring your right leg to the back of the mat. You can do all of these with the base leg down, or you can put it up in front. So we're just gonna go into pulses. Working our obliques. And we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping the left knee down. Coming up. Going into little star pulses. So extending both your arms. You're gonna touch your left fingers to the mat and then come up. Feeling it in our right obliques. Really making sure our ribs are nice and wrapped in. We don't want them flaring out. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now putting your left arm down on the mat, extending the right arm over, and bringing your right knee to meet your right elbow. Focusing on keeping that core nice and tight and driving your elbow to meet your knee. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Putting that down, coming back up, going into star pulses. So touching your left fingers down to the mat. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down, and now bringing that right arm over your body for a nice stretch of your right abdominal muscles. Coming down, coming into a plank position. We're gonna do like plank rolls. So you're gonna roll up into downward facing dog, and then just rolling the spine forward into a plank. Rolling, pushing through your hips, and then rolling forward. You have one more. Coming into a plank position, you can come down onto your elbows, and we're gonna drop each knee down and just tap it. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dropping your knees, coming back onto all fours. We're going to go into the other side. So extending your right arm forward, your left knee, your left leg behind you, pointing through your toes and your fingers. We're just going to drop them down to the mat and lift them up. down and up, making sure we're breathing through it. Creating a nice straight line with your leg and your arm. On this one, we're holding it up, and you're going to bring your right arm towards the right end of the mat, and then your left leg to the left end. Bring them out, and then in. Out, and in. Remembering to breathe through it. In. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Putting your right arm down, bringing your left leg forward, lifting your right leg. We're going to raise our left arm to the ceiling and cross it under towards your back right knee. Raising it to the ceiling and under. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to go into the plank on the other side. I'm just going to switch this way so I can face you guys. So coming onto your right side, we're going into our plank pulses with your right arm underneath your right shoulder, and we're pulsing. And we have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now dropping the right knee down. Coming up, we're going onto our stall pulses on this side. So extending your right arm towards the mat, your left arm towards the ceiling. We're just pulsing down and up. And we have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Putting the right arm down on the mat, extending the left arm over your body. We're gonna bring your left arm to meet your left knee and extend. Making sure our ribs are nice and wrapped in so they're not flaring out. You have 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Putting that down. Coming up, going on to our star pulses for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Putting it down. Grabbing that left arm, extending it over the body, stretching out our left obliques. Bring that down, coming around, going into plank position. We're going to do similar rolling planks, but we're going to add a push-up at the end. So rolling into downward dog, rolling forward, coming to plank, and going into a push-up, and rolling back. You can always come forward, drop your knees, and go into a push-up here, if you'd prefer. And then raising them back into downward dog. And we have one more here. Finishing this push-up and pushing into down dog. And dropping your knees, coming over onto our backs. We're going into our leg stretches. So you're going to bring your right leg in, extend it, either grabbing behind your thigh, your calf, or your ankle, just not our knees because it's a little bit, it's not stable. So just pulling it in, getting a nice stretch, pointing, flexing, whatever feels good. Then we're gonna extend that left leg, pulse in for 2, and switch. Really getting a nice stretch in those legs while also working our core. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. On 1, coming down, bending that right leg and giving a nice stretch through our left leg, bringing our chest to meet our leg. Now extending the right leg and pulsing. 2, switch, 2, switch. And we have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring them down, shaking it out, rolling it out, and we're going to go into crunches. So bring your legs in, just readjusting, coming up into like a seated curve position. We're just going to do little tiny pulses here. The farther you lean back, the harder it's going to be. The closer you are to your knees and the farther they're away from you, the easier it's going to be. So from here, we're just going to do little pulses. Drawing the navel to our spine. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying up, folding the left arm over, and we're going to take our right arm to the left side, doing little crosses. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming to center and switching sides. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down. You can extend your legs out and your arms overhead, lengthening through your body before bringing your knees back in. We're going to go into glute bridges, so bringing your toes to your heels close to your hips, tucking your tailbone under. We're rolling through and raising our hips to the ceiling and back down. Trying not to unload at the bottom so our glutes are continuously being squeezed. Making sure we're rolling through that C-shaped spine. So we're lowering one vertebrae at a time, and we're raising one vertebrae at a time. Keeping our core engaged throughout it. We're halfway on these. We have 4, 3, 2, and on 1, we're going to keep our hips raised, and we're going to do tiny pulses to the ceiling. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping them raised, just holding it here for 30 seconds. Really squeezing those glutes as hard as you can, pushing them even higher. Breathing through it. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering it down one vertebrae at a time. You can bring your knees in, give yourself a nice hug, coming back down. So we're going to straighten our right leg to the ceiling, bring it in for a quick stretch. We're going to leave it up, and you're going to raise your left leg. So you're going to extend it, draw it in, put it down, and lift into a glute bridge. So we have 8 on each side. So extending it, bringing it in, dropping, and raising. You can also feel free to bend your right leg. Whatever feels best. That's 4. Yeah, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping your right leg up, either straightened or bent. We're just going to take our left leg in, pull it in, and extend it out. Pulling it in and extending out. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down, raising, straightening the right leg if it was bent, and we're going to lower it, raise it to the ceiling, and then go into a glute bridge. So flexing it as you lower, pointing as you raise into a glute bridge. You have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Coming down, grabbing the right leg. We're going into our single leg stretches, so pulling it in and switching sides. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But switching to your left leg, dropping your right leg down, bringing in the left leg for a nice stretch, leaving it straight or bent. We're gonna take our right leg out, bringing it in, planting it down, and raising into a glute bridge on this side. We have 8. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now bending this leg or keeping it straight. We're just gonna pull the right leg in and extend it straight out. Drawing it in and out. It's 4. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Putting your left leg down, putting your right leg down. Putting your right leg down, raising your left leg, flexing it when you lower it, and pointing to raise, and raising into a glute bridge. So flexing, raising it up, and into a glute bridge. So you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Keeping it straight, drawing it in towards your body, going into single leg stretch, pulsing for 2, and switching. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down, drawing both legs in. Give yourself a nice squeeze. And we're going to come down onto our right side of our body, aligning it with the back of your mat, and bringing our legs in line with your body. Bringing your left leg forward. We're going to go into inner thigh lifts, so flexing your right leg and lifting it up. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, extending the top leg, bring them to the top corner of your mat. So your top half of you is in line with the edge of the mat, and your legs are pointing to the corner. Raising your left leg in line with your hip. We're going to point it, bring it forward, flexing, bring it back. So pointing, sweeping it forward, flexing, swiping it to the back of the mat. You can put your hand down if you want more stability, or on your hip for more of a balance challenge. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. So bring it here, not dropping it yet. We're going to do little circles forward, So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping it straight. And do tiny pulses. So just tiny little movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding it here for 30 seconds. Really pointing through that leg, straightening through that leg, trying to reach it as far as you can. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering it down and swapping sides. So putting your left side body on the back of the mat, straightening out both your legs, bringing your right leg forward, going into our inner thigh lifts with our left leg. So raising it as high as you can for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it to the forward part of your mat, putting your left leg on top. Wait. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we're raising our left leg in line with our body, and we're just going to point it forward and sweep it back. Pointing it forward and sweeping it back. Forward and back. Wait, this is my right leg. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing it over your left leg, but not bringing it down. Forward circles for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reversing them for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding up and doing tiny pulses for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding at the top for 30 seconds. Breathing through it, really straightening through that leg, trying to extend it as far as you can. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, coming over into a plank position. We're going to go into downward dog, and we're going to start our cool down. Some nice stretches in. Pedaling out your feet. Feeling a nice stretch through the back of our legs. Stopping here. Bringing your right leg in between your arms. Really sinking those hips down towards the floor. You can drop the back leg if you want and sink even further. Get a nice stretch through our hips. From here, we're going to extend that leg, folding over it nice deep stretch through the back of our right leg. And shifting our weight forward into half pigeon, folding your right leg over, pushing those hips into the ground. And folding over if you want, and getting a deeper stretch through that right hip and left. Breathing nice and deep, getting nice oxygen-rich blood to those muscles that we worked hard today. And coming up, tucking your left toe, driving your right leg back into down dog. Paddling out if you want. Breathing in here and exhaling. Taking your left leg, driving it between your legs. Coming down, letting your hips sink towards the ground. Dropping your right leg if you feel, and pushing forward. And pushing your weight back, extending your left leg, and falling over it. Getting a nice stretch through our hamstrings. And pushing our weight forward into half pigeon, folding over that left leg. And coming down, if it feels right, folding over and just letting your body sink into the mat. Breathing nice and deep here. Coming up, tucking your right toes, pushing through down dog. We're going to take a few breaths here, pushing through your hips. And shake your head, yes and no, whatever feels good for you. And bending your knees, spreading them wide, coming down into child's pose. allowing your body to sink deep into the mat, extending your arms as far as you can get them, stretching out. And bring your arms to the left edge of your mat, stretching the left side of your body, or right side of your body, sorry. And bring them to center, and then walking to the right side of your mat, stretching through your left side body. Coming to center, coming up onto all fours, tucking our toes, going back into downward facing dog, and rolling it forward into high plank and coming down through chaturanga. Inhaling upward facing dog, getting a nice stretch through our abdominals, and exhale to downward facing dog. Coming forward through chaturanga, inhale upward facing dog, and exhale downward facing dog. One more time, coming down, inhale upward facing dog, and exhale downward facing dog. Dropping your knees, coming forward, whatever position's most comfortable for you. We're gonna bring our right arm over our body and stretch it out. And then swapping sides. And then bring our right arm over our head, stretching through our triceps. And switching sides. Bring them down, doing a few shoulder rolls. We're going to stretch out our neck, so bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Getting a nice stretch through the left side of our neck. Bring it to center and bring the left ear to the left side of your left shoulder. Bring it to center and bring your head down. Get a nice stretch through the back of our neck. Bring it to center. Do neck circles. So you can slowly go to the right side. Bringing it forward. Stopping and stretching out any spots in your neck that just feel a little tight. Slowly coming up. Really letting all the tension go in our neck. And coming to center and going to the left side. Going nice and slow, relieving all the tension that you may have built up throughout the day, and coming to center. Bring our feet forward to a butterfly position. We're just going to fold over them. You can use your elbows to stretch and push them farther away. And coming up, extending your left leg, bringing your right leg in, and folding over. Feel a nice stretch through the left leg, but also through the right side of your back. Coming up, switching sides, extending your right leg, bringing your left leg in, and folding over that right leg. Coming up, coming over, coming in, extending both your legs into a frog position and just sitting your hips back. Stretching out those hips a little bit more. You can go forward, back, whatever feels best for you. Coming back, coming on to our backs, tucking both legs in, rolling it out a little bit, and extending our left leg, hugging the right leg in even closer. Bring it over to the left side of our body for a nice spinal twist, extending the right arm. And coming to center, hugging it in, taking your foot in your hand and putting the outside corner of your foot where your hip is, and just letting that knee fall open. Getting a nice stretch. And then slowly release it, allowing the leg to just travel down. And bringing your left leg in, giving it a nice hug. Bring it over to the right side of your body, extending your left arm out. Coming to center, taking your foot in your right arm, putting it in your hip, and letting that knee fall open. Releasing your foot, letting it travel down your right leg. Bring your both legs in, allowing them to fall open, and just pressing down on your legs kind of releases your spine a little bit, creates more space. And coming up, I just want to thank you guys all for joining me today. I hope you had a good workout, and I'd love to see you guys next week. Thank you.